You are now entering Human Echoes, where every story leaves a mark. I bring you the Toraja death tradition of Indonesia, known as Rambo Solo. What if I told you that in one part of the world, death does not mean goodbye? What if I told you that families still eat with the dead, speak to them, dress them, and keep them in the home for months, sometimes years? And what if I told you this is not horror to them? It is love. Deep in the mist covered highlands of South Sulawesi in Indonesia lives the Toraja people. A community where culture is not just tradition, it is identity. In Toraja belief, death is not an instant event. It is a journey, a slow transition, a passage that takes time. So, when a person stops breathing, the family does not immediately say they are gone. Instead, they say something deeply different. They are sick, they are resting, they are still with us. Because in their worldview, the spirit does not leave immediately. Only the body begins the journey. Now, imagine walking into a Toraja home. You see a person sitting in the corner. They are dressed neatly. The room is calm. Family members walk in and out normally. But something else feels off because the person is not breathing, not moving, yet still present. This is where Western logic struggles. But Toraja logic begins. Because they believe love does not stop at death. So instead of rushing burials, they prepare for something much, much bigger. The ceremony is not small, it is not private, it is not simple. It is one of the most elaborate funeral traditions in the world. Buffaloes are guarded. Families travel from distant villages. Resources are saved over time because the final journey of a person must be honored properly. The Toraja believe something powerful. A person is not truly dead until the funeral is complete. So, until the funeral ceremony happens, they remain in a sacred waiting state. This belief shapes everything. Families continue daily life with their loved ones still at home. They talk about memories. They update them about family events. They treat them with respect and dignity. It is not denial, it is a different understanding of time. And when the funeral finally happens, it becomes a massive cultural event. Drums echo throughout. Buffaloes and pigs are sacrificed as offerings. Communities gather in unity. Prayers echoes into the mountains, and then the final moment arrives. The body is taken into its resting place in cliffs and caves carved into stone. A final journey begins. Now, pause for a moment. Think about most of the world treats, how every part of the world treats their dead. Silence, distance, avoidance, fear. We often rush through grief. We hide it. We suppress it. We move on too quickly. But the Toraja culture forces a different question. What if grief is not something to escape, but something to live with? What if love is so strong that goodbye cannot be rushed? There is something uncomfortable but also deeply human about the Toraja people. Because maybe healing does not always come from forgetting. Maybe healing sometimes comes from remembering slowly. Modern society is fast. Even grief is fast. But we are told to move on, be strong, and get over it. But the Toraja reminds us of something else. Love does not follow deadlines. Grief does not obey schedules. And memory does not expire. So they created a culture where even in death, death is given dignity, not erased, not hidden, but honored. In Toraja land, death is not an ending, it is a ceremony, a transition, a continuation of love in another form. And maybe the real question is not how they treat the dead, but how quickly we forget the living. Different lands, different traditions, same human heartbeats. This is human echoes.